Delhi's air is doing something strange this monsoon, and most people have understood the science all backwards. We were taught that rain cleans the air. More rain, more moisture, cleaner lungs. That is true, but only half the truth. This past week in Delhi proved both sides of the story within 3 days. Let's start with 9th of July. Delhi recorded an AQI of 39. Good air, green. Wow, time to celebrate. Something this city does not see, very often. At least we haven't seen it since September of 23. Safdarjung weather station logged over 72 millimeters of rain in a single day. Real heavy, sustained rainfall. But 3 days later, on 12th of July, the AQI jumped to 261. We are back in not just moderate but poor air quality. The worst reading we saw in 85 days. Same city, same monsoon season, the gap of just about 3 days. So what changed? See, the rain stopped. And when rain stops in Delhi, the ground is still wet, the air is still humid, but nothing is being washed away anymore. Add to that the gusty winds moving about 20-25 kilometers an hour, and those winds start doing the opposite of what the rain does. They kick up the dust sitting on the roads and construction sites and carry it straight back into the air. That is dust. Remember summer pollution? I explained to you how PM10 was more deadly. And now here is a part doctors will find useful for patients asking about lungs and allergies. Delhi's fine pollution particles are unusually reactive to moisture. Research has found that air here carries high chloride content, largely from biomass burning. Chloride grabs water aggressively, remember, and in humid air, these particles absorb moisture and physically swell, sometimes getting heavier, larger by about 15 to 25%. And what happens during winter? This swelling makes pollution measurements understate the real problem by guess how much? About 20%. Because humidity is high, rain is absent to wash the chloride away, and there you go. Now during monsoon, the same chloride gets flushed out repeatedly by heavy rain. So the particles that remain are smaller, lighter, less reactive to moisture. They are the real reason why monsoon air can be genuinely clean, not just wet. Imagine like a good monsoon shower and you can see as far as the Yamuna in Noida or in Delhi. But this only works when rainfall is heavy and frequent. But what's been happening lately? A light drizzle does not clear the air. It does the opposite. A weak rain adds moisture without the force to wash particles down and out. Those particles swell in that moisture and hang in the air longer, not shorter. So the real rule for you and me to understand, it is not rain versus no rain. It is not heavy rain versus weak rain. It is heavy, sustained rain with wind, the only combination that actually clears out the air and gives some respite to our lungs, some respite to our children. Anything less, and the humidity works against us, against our lungs, against our life. That is why your AQI app can show good air on morning, poor air 3 days later, without a single stubble burning, without a single new factory, and with the same monsoon season. So if you're taking away anything from the story, take away this. Pollution is a real-time threat to your and my life. It is a real-time threat in the summer, in the winter, and now also in the monsoon.